There are still many people who will say, oh my God, I've never been here before. Or, oh my God, I live 3 or 4 blocks away and I've never been in here. I didn't know what this place was. Weeksville Heritage Center is an historic house museum and a cultural center. Weeksville was founded in 1838, just 11 years after slavery was abolished in New York State. It was a time that held a lot of promise too for African Americans, because even though it was pre-Civil War and pre-emancipation, New York State law said that if you were a black man and owned $250 or more worth of land, you actually had the right to vote in New York State. In 1828, John Lefferts of the Lefferts family, he dies, and his family and his heirs are land rich but cash poor, so they start selling off parcels of his land to raise money. And it so happened that James Weeks and a group of other African American investors had money at the time, and so that opportunity met preparation, and they were able to buy this land with the idea that they were going to build this community. And they went about it by advertising it in the growing network of black newspapers across the country. So word spread, particularly down south, that hey, if you get to New York, there's this place called Weeksville where you can be safe and free. It was a thriving community that at its height in the mid-1850s, there were about 500 people living here in Weeksville, and they were safe, in a lot of ways, because it was kind of secluded, so they could pursue their, educational dreams. They could pursue, entrepreneurial pursuits. As the grid system came in and there was greater emphasis on building roads and whatnot, black people also began to move north of Fulton Street into Bedford-Stuyvesant. Unfortunately, it evolved Weeksville out of common parlance for some time. A guy named James Hurley, he came across this kind of blind alley and these abandoned houses that looked really out of place. So he called a friend, Joe Haynes, who was a black pilot. Joe and Jim go up and survey the area from historic maps, and they see that, oh, these were houses that were related to historic Weeksville. It sparks this entire sort of community effort, and it was a community effort that got the houses landmarked as New York City landmarks and ultimately added to the National Register of Historic Homes. A lot of our work is to keep this history relevant and resonant for contemporary audiences. We do that through offering tours and of the houses. There's a lot of work to maintain these houses, which are all 3 of them over 100 years old, to win people over, to show people just all this incredible work that the staff is doing here and is presenting, and the energy that's here. I always say to people, Weeksville is a reminder of what was done in an era before the internet and iPhones. And if those black people could do and create all this, what can we do today in 2020?